There is a bridge that's right now. You can take your Pdai and it's actually backed by value. That is over on Ethereum, and you can get 1-to-1. That is not getting any X's by any means. Now there is a speculative Pdai that was copied over. That Richard Hart himself said that there is somebody that he's talked to on the phone that is going to try to make a MakerDAO replacement. That is the speculative Pdai. That's the Pdai that was copied over and everyone got their copy. Now, it looks like from the beginning of the chart, when everyone got their copies, a lot of it was dumped. So the speculation is there is a coin called Atropa, and Atropa is some type of maker replacement, however you want to speculate behind it. I'm just kind of putting it off the short. And it's attached to Pdai. There is value attached to that because the liquidity is locked between those two coins. For one to say that that is not value, you don't understand anything that Richard Hart has been talking about for the last 2 years. So if you don't understand, hold on, if you don't claim that as value, that is incorrect because you know what? I can cash out my speculative Pdai. I'll just call it speculative Pdai, so everyone knows that what's the difference is. And I can actually swap that for Pulsechain. So that is value because you can swap it out for Pulsechain. And I can swap it out for the non-speculative Pdai and get value out of that. So right now, the people that were 50xing the speculative Pdai is because there was no attachment of an actual real value of $1 attached to it right away. So it went way below a penny, way below. I think it's like 5 zeros and a 1. Right now it's sitting at 3 zeros and 1, and speculation is going on off of it.
So technically, what you're saying is the Pdai had no liquidity behind it. It was literally whoever bought into it.
Yeah, correct. Well, there was liquidity about it because somebody created a liquidity pair for it, and therefore you were able to trade it. It can't happen without liquidity. Like you can't do anything.
Yeah, for sure. But it wasn't backed.
Backed by wait. When you say backed, you gotta be able to explain yourself. It wasn't backed. When you add liquidity to a pair, it's officially backed by some type of value. Do you feel that Pulsechain is a value?
Yes, sir.
Okay, guess what? It has about $400,000 of liquidity between Pulsechain and Pdai.
That's fine.
Guess what it has between Atropa and Pdai? About $13 million worth of value.
Yeah, that's fine. But I mean, when you count things, right? If you look at, okay, how much is 1 hex? Or how much is 1 ETH? Or how much is 1 Bitcoin even, right? What do you count in? Do you count in dollars or do you count in?
What it doesn't matter. It's what the community
I'm asking you what you count in, bro.
I count in what I can cash it out for. Right now, my Pdai, you ready for this? Right now, my Pdai is worth a certain amount of Pulsechain per tick up.
That's a good count. I like your balance on your count right there. See? The way that you measured it against Pulse is the fucking.
But I can measure it versus anything that actually has value because there's liquidity. I can officially trade it.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, you can measure it against whatever you want, right? But the thing is, you said Pulse right off the bat, brother, and that's
what everybody should be because it's the main coin. Yeah. It's the main coin.
Yeah, that's right.
Now here's the kicker. This is speculation. The Atropa ecosystem, everything's based off of the Atropa. So Atropa is like a layer 1 built inside of a layer 1. So how I say that is it's still based off of Pulsechain, but just kind of hear me out. It's like a spider web of an ecosystem within an ecosystem. So therefore, Atropa has attachments attached to it. But what is Atropa attached to? The main liquidity pair is Pdai. What is Pdai attached to? The main liquidity pair is Pulsechain. So therefore, you now have value within the ecosystem. And Richard Hart has been talking about this for 2 years.
Yeah. Well, that's why we've been standing by for 2 years, and we sent sacrafice.
But here's the thing. Everybody dumped that coin. And now that it has a value attached to it, everybody's hating on it or don't understand it. He's literally been talking about it for 2 years. You just have to listen to the videos.
No, it's not that. I'm not hating. No, did I say hate?
No. I just want to say when people say like you have to tell the difference between one or the other, and then you attach value to it.
Be
very careful with that.
I'm a long holder, hex, all in, staked, etc. Pulse and the Pulsex as well, but the swings are looking so predictable that it's almost impossible. I don't like day trading, but I'm almost forced the hand to profit off of these swings because it's
It's a robot, man. It's a robot painting a chart. That's what I've been saying for the longest time. We've been saying it since the beginning. There's a robot attached to Atropa in the whole ecosystem. And when there's too many buys, the robot brings it back down to where it wants to be. When there's too many sells, the robot brings it back up to where it wants to be. It's literally painting a chart. There's no ifs, ands about that.
So yeah, Moonbee, I think someone recommended that I follow you in the beginning of me jumping in. I remember you mentioning something like that, and I was obviously just watching it to see the pattern. Now that I see this pattern, I mean, are you saying that this robot's kind of tied to the Atropa as the liquidity pool for these four?
Yeah, and I just wanted to add one thing. It's the Atropa bot is the one that it has this bot that it attaches to, especially in Pdai. Like Beard said, if it sells down, it buys it up. If people buy in too fast, it sells it down. And talking back to your point to liquidity, sitting right now at a 14.3 or 23 million market cap with $9.20 million burnt. So if you've been in crypto for a while, that's very rare to see that much liquidity ratio, and that's burnt. And just imagine when this thing, it was at a $30 million market cap at all-time high, and it had something like $22 million burnt in liquidity. So if this thing goes to $1 billion market cap, you're going to see something like 900 million in liquidity. So that's where the whole speculation comes to be able to stabilize Pdai.
Love it.
As my perception from Pulsechain, is different from Hex. Hex.com. Hex is what it is. Pulsechain is different. On Pulsechain, in my brain, I say, everybody, you want to pump the numbers, bro. Volume, People want to go do silly things. They're going to do it sillily somewhere else. Well, might as well be silly and pay less to Ethereum miners.
So for those of you that have been following or reviewing the numbers, have you been able to kind of decipher how much new money's coming into the ecosystem through these coins, or are we kind of cycling and is this bot trending all the pulse bags that are dabbling in and out?
Are we just talking on what, like volume on Pulse? Like, where are we talking?
Yeah, no, I feel like some of you have kind of looked at that or been following like the market cap volume. Can any of you tell if new money's coming into this?
I know for a fact based off of Telegram and based off of people contacting me individually. That's all I can go off of. But I also can go off of volume and the amount of money that's going through the bridge as the price of Pulsechain is going up. So there are things out there where you can look at that stuff and be like, okay, there's a lot of money coming through. Pulsechain's not going up. Hex is not going up. But this ecosystem is going up in crazy amount of freaking volume with money. So I'm going to put two and two together and say they're probably coming over for that.
And when we saw Pulsechain recently pump, it was during the dip of the whole Atropa ecosystem.
So people are taking profits into it.
They're taking profit, big profit, to make that market cap fly up like that,
And then it started going down. What happened when it started going down? Now it's starting to run again. So people are like literally swing trading it. It's very obvious.
You're talking numbers that you can see just by like people hitting you up.
Well, that's just people.
No, but it's a good indicator. It's a good indicator. Roger that. Okay,
I'm not lying about that. And then
I will use you as an indicator. Okay. Why not?
So much because in the end, the bot.
I'm not giving you all the credit, okay, bud. Just hold on there.
No. I don't want all the credit because in the end, that bot runs the show. That bot.
Just let me talk. Okay, yeah. So about a bot, right? I don't give a fuck about a bot. What I want is real people. Okay, I want real people that say this is a good thing. Yeah.
Hey, I love a good program bot.
Yeah, brother. But you know what? But look at the volume. Look at the volume on Pulsechain. Okay, go do the numbers. Yeah,
no, I do. I look at it, but I don't.
Right, and that's my biggest indicator. If you want to find out what the biggest indicator of growth is, is like, okay, Hex got divided into like 4 things: Hex, Pulse, and Pulsex. Yeah, got divided into 4. Right? And then divided into even more through liquidity and stuff, right? Okay, fine. But what's holding, right? So Pulsex, biggest number one, probably winner of the game so far, right? eHex, it's easier to dump out of eHex. Yeah, it's still there, still winning. And it is almost a side turn of like, okay, if the Pulsechain goes down, well, Ethereum Hex still wins, which is okay. But the thing is, Pulsechain is still going to live because in case, Ethereum goes down. So it's a mutually beneficial, relationship. But what you end up with now is you got Pulse okay, being a native coin to a chain. How much was Bitcoin worth 4 months into its existence? How much was Ethereum worth into 4 months to its existence?
Yeah, no, I
You
get
do
all,
the math on that.
I get all that. That's the basic fundamentals of the Hex ecosystem and the Pulse ecosystem. But what I'm saying is, and there's an old saying like, "He who listens most always wins." So I'm just trying to get enough questions in to where I can listen most to Moon and get some of these things ironed out.
Yeah.
I can tell you that the coming in with 90K liquid after the drops that I've had in the Pulse ecosystem when we all were bridging, etc. I tried really hard about 3 weeks ago. All I wanted to do was get back into Pulse and Pulsex and DCA. That's it. But I could not resist this Pdai teddy bear.
Yeah, but that's a side.
I just kept boom, boom,
Why you
boom, boom,
jumping
boom,
across
boom.
boards, bro? Like, why jump from the main ship that fucking keeps the motor running?
That's a valid point.
You're saying why jump from the Pulse and the Pulsex and the Hex?
Yeah, why jump to something else that is only accumulated or balanced off of the volume of what Pulse does, right? Why would you put a speculation into something that is not what it is balanced off of? Why wouldn't you go off like the road that you're driving on rather than like the ditch you could crash off?
Well, if you buy $1 million house and it's going to be 1.2 in 5 years, but then you see something
That's
that's
yeah,
3 million to 2 million game theory, you're going to play. You're going to pick up a controller.
Here's the thing with Pulsechain and why Revolution is like kind of on point. Pulsechain is not Hex. There's no staking. I mean, you can provide liquidity, but it's not going to get you nowhere near the gains. I've smashed every single person that provides liquidity. I've smashed every single validator in gains based off of a chart and based off of how we look at Ethereum. When Ethereum sits still, when Bitcoin sits still, the ERC20s run like crazy. Well, guess what? Pulsechain is doing nothing but going in a range and it's sitting still. And guess what's happening? The PRC20s are going crazy. That's simple.
Good.
Either like it, you trade it, or not. But that's what's happening.
That's fine, but who's making the money off the moves? The validators, yeah.
Yeah, but nowhere near. Like they're making jokes compared to the gains.
Yeah, but would you rather not make money and say thanks, boys, for taking a hit in the chest just to make a chain run? Yeah.
All right. Tell me how many validators made 50x their money, like I said the previous
50x their money? No, probably not.
Exactly. So
no.
You're in one of two
That's
camps.
okay. No, but what I'm saying is that you're complaining about validators not making 50x on their money while you're making money off the chain that they run. Okay, bro? So you need to quantify.
Since when do I celebrate Bitcoin miners for mining Bitcoin so that the Bitcoin... I've never done that. You've probably never done
it. Because you say the word Bitcoin, bud.
It's like people from the stock exchange coming out.
Yeah, like congratulations. You're making a little good yield. That's what you want? Congratulations. But it doesn't touch my gains. Those are just the facts.
But do you think that I mean, they must have quite a bit of pulse because it takes 32 mil. But don't you think that they sacked twice? You don't think that they just sacked for pulse? Don't you think that they sacked probably for pulse?
All relative to what you want.
Yeah, but brother, do you not think that they have a bunch of bags of hacks too? Do you not think that they're like 1, 2, 3, 4?
I know a lot of people that probably surpassed them in the ecosystem. I know one person that said like they're the top 20 all of a sudden in Pulsechain. I'm letting you know the gains are stupid, but I'm not telling you to trade. It's okay, but the gains are stupid. Just like on Ethereum, the gains are stupid. It's no different, man. It just isn't. There will be a Shiba Inu that does a 1 million X on this ecosystem, whether you like it or not.
Would you want to be the casino or you want to be the player?
I'm gonna let you know you are the casino as soon as you walk into crypto. It's whether or what game you want to play. Do you want to play the slots or do you want to play blackjack and count the cards? It's all up to you what casino you want to position to play. But this whole place is a casino, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, I mean, comparing it to a more understandable factor would be like you're your own bank and you can participate in any type of business that you like.
I don't know a bank that dropped 96% in your yield and your money.
Well, how do you think banks make money?
Once again, name me one bank that's down 96% right now.
What was it? One that completely went.
That completely went broke. Exactly my point. The broke ones.
Silicon Valley Bank.
Okay, a lot of people in that own bank, I won't mention names, but you know what I know what they're talking about, are broke right now. A
HSBC
lot.
just took a huge dump, bro. Come on.
A lot are broke. So yeah, you can still be your own bank. You can still be part of
Your
that
bank, put
category.
your
I
own
get it.
money. It's easy.
But I'm just letting you know, in the beginning of a chain, the
No,
game is
I think you didn't comprehend what I was saying. What I was saying is, when you walk into crypto, you turn into your own bank. You become a bank yourself because
correct.
you conduct the transactions. You make all the gains. There's no
Correct.
middleman.
Same page.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. But anyway, yeah, Silicon Valley. What was that? What were you saying?
I was just saying in general, it's all relative to how we know there's not a single coin that has went against the norm to the upside or to the downside. We have to all agree on that. In my
I don't.
opinion, it's relative to your time frame. That's it. Some does it quicker than the others,
You
but
can
in
put
the
it in the
end, they
time frame.
all in the end,
That's not a fair market.
majority of them all go up. Majority of them all go down. And if you're lucky,
You're right.
it will create a higher low on the long-term time frame. But you're speculating that. Every coin is speculating that.
I speculate that everything in monetary value, well, not monetary, but up to the right, because it gets more expensive over time. Just across the board, everything. Property, yeah? Fucking money, whatever, because they dilute it, yeah?
What I'm saying is, just in a short time, it's based off of what time frame you want to judge it off of. But in the
Right.
short term, since Pulsechain has come out in the last 5 months, there is an ecosystem. There's something going on within Pulsechain that I am able to outpace the last 10 years of freaking inflation, if that's how you want
That's
to put it.
amazing. No, that's wicked
And
awesome.
correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not seeing this action anywhere else. Like if I look at the other ecosystems out there, and I look at what's moving
Sure.
and deltas, I'm not seeing, besides the mem coins on Ethereum pumping and dumping within 72 hours. Is anyone else noticing that?
No,
There
man,
isn't a coin on Ethereum that is doing
Yeah.
and creating higher lows. There's
It's
a
great.
bull market happening on Pulsechain and no one's listening. That's what I
I know. I'm aware of it. I watch it. Yeah, I know. So, I mean, wicked awesome. So, whatever you want to find, yeah, like, what's your goal? Like, you want to do memes? You want to do
My goal is to, I'm gonna tell you what my goal is, what everyone's goal is to. My goal is
Make some
to
motherfucking money.
ride this up for as long as possible. Right now, it's not short-term pump and dumps. There is a good amount of coins that if you look on the monthly chart, not daily, not 4 hour, where they all pump and dump like Ethereum, there are weekly and monthly charts in just higher highs and lower and higher lows, and just keeps repeating itself.
Higher lows are the best. Higher lows.
That's what's happening on Pulsechain on a lot of
Yeah,
PRC
buddy,
coins.
because
I'm trying
that's
to
what
tell
it's
you.
designed to do, bro. Yes.
So
See,
there
I
is
like
a
that.
bull market.
That I can
happening on
100%
Pulsechain.
agree on, bro. Oh, higher lows are the best goes.
There's a Pulsechain bull run happening, whether you want to believe it, whether you like it or not. If you just want to hold
I love
chain,
it.
it's good for you. You know why? Because it's burning the hell out of Pulsechain, and
No,
people
you're
are
right.
coming.
It's front running the bull market in the real market of everything else. Okay,
Yeah.
because it's happened before, man. Like crypto does front run other markets, so people want to talk about like, okay, 4 years for Bitcoin to do their halvening. Yeah, I think that because Hex is designed in such a way, right? It's like, okay, Bitcoin with the proof of work change block, but maybe it does do things faster and stronger than Bitcoin did, right? So if you look at the chart, right, you take Bitcoin, you take Hex, and you like copy paste them together. They almost look the same, right? And then you go, okay, so shouldn't it be a little bit before? Who knows what happens on the other end, yeah? But it is green candles, brother. So it's true. I like it. I like it.
Thank you for your emotion. Beautiful.
Yeah, well, you want numbers on the emotions? Because I'll give you numbers.
No, that's fine.